Good Monday morning. I hope your family had a wonderful Thanksgiving and that your table was peaceful. But for the next few weeks, as we close out this year and head into the new year, I wondered if we couldn't talk about fasting. Before you cut me off, let me ask you this question. If you knew a fast could have a significant impact on your life and your relationship with the Lord, to take you to a deeper place with Him, would you be willing to do it? Before you just shut me off, sit in that for just a minute and ask yourself that question. Fasting has been a part of my life for a really long time, but very specifically, and I've shared this with you multiple times through these, I think, 8 years we've been doing Monday Musings together, that I do a first of the year fast. And I often do it, I describe it this way, it's like you go throughout a year and it's like all these little leeches just try to latch onto you and drain you of something or attach to you in some way. And it's kind of like that first of the year fast is just like this sloughing off and creating a purity of heart and mind and spirit and a leaning in closer to the Lord, just to hear His voice in a clearer, deeper way. But even though that's kind of how I visualize it, what I can tell you is that I truly believe the results of that first of the year fast, the concept of giving God the first part of our year to govern the whole of our year, I believe the impact and fruit of those fasts have had far more impact than just sloughing off dead stuff from the previous year. I think those fasts have given me the strength I've needed when I've encountered really hard situations throughout that year that I didn't see coming. I feel like they've given me renewed vision for new vision the Lord may have had, or maybe direction. So over the course of these next few weeks until the end of the year, I'm just going to highlight a few things about fasting to you, so that in hopes you will join me for a first of the year fast. I thought maybe this year we'll just do 10 days together. And if you want to be a part of that, email us at info@reclaiminghearts.org that you want to be a part, and I'll send you a 10-day little Bible study prayer guide to pray through as we enter this fast, because I'm going to use the thoughts of Isaiah 58 to kind of navigate those 10 days to give us specific things to pray about. But I want to tell you something first about fasting that Jensen Franklin says, and Jensen Franklin has some wonderful resources on fasting. If you're new to fasting, you've never done it before, and I'm talking spiritual fast. I'm not talking intermittent fasting. I'm not talking fasting for your health. You'll get all of those benefits, but this isn't about a diet. This is about taking away something, whether it's food, whether it's social media, whether it's something else that means something to you. Jensen Franklin always says, if it means something to you, it means something to God. And what I look at when I'm asking the Lord, and I always ask the Lord, what are you asking me to fast? And as I'm asking Him, I pay attention to things that I think may have gotten a little too much authority in my life, or something that's gotten a little out of control. One year I fast shopping for a year. I did not buy one single piece of clothing, shoes, anything for a whole year, because I felt like that had just gotten too big a hold on my heart. And do you know, in that year, I had more people give me, I'll say this, people gave me clothes that year. Never in my life have people given me clothes. But that year, multiple times that year, people randomly gave me clothes. So fasting doesn't always have to be about food. I believe fasting is about our heart and what do we need to let go of in order to lean in closer to the Lord. One year I fasted noise in my car for a year, a whole year. Anytime I got in the car, I didn't turn on the radio, podcast, audiobook, even worship music. I just enjoyed that time with the Lord. And it's amazing when you create space for silence, how much God can speak. So my hope is in these next, I think, 5 Mondays together, that you'll even kind of get a little excited about doing a fast. Like, do you mean God has something more? Yes. God has something more. And in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said, when you fast. He didn't say if you fast. He said when you fast. So, homework this week, I want you to read Isaiah 58. It talks about fasting. We don't have enough time for me to go over it. I want you to read that, and then the next few weeks, we're just going to dig into that a little bit at a time and talk about different parts of our life and experience with the Lord that fasting can impact. So, I bet you never knew you could actually get excited about pushing away something of pleasure in order to encounter more of God. And boy, I think we need more of that right now, don't you? Yeah. Be a good way to start a new year.